Tyler Mason here with a 3-Minute Thursday. The question I'm going to be addressing today is what happens if I am covered by my employer and I'm eligible for Medicare? Do I have to take Medicare at this point? This happens to a lot of folks, and they're not really sure what their options are. Some folks are afraid of penalties. They think that if they don't enroll in Medicare, then they're going to miss a window or a boat or something's going to be destroyed. Don't worry. Here's what you've got to look at. If your employer offers coverage that is equal to or better than what Medicare has to offer, you can keep your employer-sponsored coverage. So it's got to cover doctors, it's got to cover hospitals, emergencies, and prescription drugs. If it covers those things, you're generally going to have qualified coverage. And in this situation, you might as well take Medicare Part A because it's premium free, just gives you extra coverage. But the other question is, how do I decide if I should drop my employer and go to Medicare? A couple of things we have to consider here. Does your employer coverage cover anybody else in your household, a spouse or dependents? We've got to make sure that they're properly covered. So a lot of times this is a situation where you'll keep that coverage unless we can get Marketplace or something else. The other thing to consider is, what are you paying for your coverage through your employer? What's deducted from each paycheck? What does that average out to per month, and how does that compare with Medicare? We've also got to look at your deductible. How much do you have to pay before your insurance steps in with that employer-sponsored coverage? We want to look at co-pays. What does it cost when you go to see the doctor for a checkup? What does it cost if you go see a specialist? What does it cost if you go to the ER? We've got to look at your out-of-pocket maximum. What's the most that you could have to pay before your insurance is covering 100%? See, Medicare generally covers these things better than what the employer has to offer, but again, not always. So this is where it is that I help my clients as we sit down to evaluate your employer coverage versus Medicare. Who are we going to leave out if we switch? What is the difference in cost going to be? What will the difference in coverage be? If you've got questions, put them in the comments. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to chat with you about your unique situation. But otherwise, stay tuned for next Thursday's 3-Minute Thursday.